Hello, welcome to my stream. It's ArmanticDeveloper and it's the late night talks number 165. And I'm waiting till I could hear and see myself in the stream, and I could. So, welcome. Today we will not have a long stream. We still are in a holiday week. And next week would be a holiday as well, because this week is Christmas, the next week is New Year, all the holidays, not a lot of work. And today, what we can do, today we can again go to our news engine as of yesterday. We still haven't integrated like new news engine, but what I think, maybe we can still use SEPA, how it's called, SERP API engine to get the most recent news, most severe news, most cool news, and use engine we just learned, which is which is we used recently, which is WordNews API, just to get some summary for those pages, for those news. Probably it should be possible as far as I remember their API. But let's start with old good comment, and it would be just that discussion starters class. Right now it's using SERP API, and it's found the last 6 completed streams. For the last one it took full stream, for all previous it just took some summary. And yeah, it's searching for some global news and for some AI news, and it's combining it. But for news it doesn't search a lot, it's just looking for titles, and sometimes it could do, based on titles, pretty amazing job. So, reflections and news related questions. Again, geopolitical tension and aviation safety. We talked about that yesterday, and again it's things that I would be interested in discuss it today. Recent reports suggest that Russian air defense may have been responsible for the tragic Azerbaijan passenger jet crash. How do you think ongoing geopolitical tensions are reshaping global aviation safety measures and public trust in air travel? Okay, it's AI, but of course maybe it doesn't have full context. It's happened that air incident happened over the part of Russia which is Chechnya. The flight was from Grozny, and near Grozny a lot of activities. There was, of course, probably some Russian air defense systems, and they could hit the plane, the jet, but by mistake, because they are used to clear the sky from Ukrainian drones. So I don't say, of course, maybe it's a mistake, maybe it's a human error, maybe it's some the Ukrainian drone was too close to that jet. Who knows? Of course, in other parts of the world, that would happen much more rarely. Of course, even in peaceful time, sometimes jet missiles hit a jet, like passenger jets, and in history of Ukraine, in history of other countries, especially in regions near Israel, Syria, Iran, Iraq, and those parts. But yeah, that could happen. But it's not because air travel itself is not safe. It's happened not in safe region. Of course, they will find who is responsible and do whatever needed. I think maybe they even pay some insurance to families, etc., etc. A big miracle that mostly half of the people on board are alive. Some of them are in critical state, but yeah, pilots did mostly impossible things. They tried to land that jet. Jet lose a lot of controls, and yeah, and they still managed to land it, and yeah, not successfully, but at least about half of the passengers survived, and it's of course a miracle. Impact of aggressive immigration policies. With incoming Trump administration's plans for family detention centers as part of their deportation efforts, what long-term effect do you foresee that policies having on community trust and overall perception of government intervention in personal lives? It very depends. It very depends uh, on immigration, rules. As far as I know, United States was always a country which has some immigration policies. Most recent times, those policies were violated a lot of times. I mean, immigration policies created not to, I mean, not to make some people unhappy or just to, I don't know, detain some people or whatever. So they specify clear rules when you can cross border and when you cannot. I think that's it. And United States normally were quite generous in what about who can cross the border, in which states, in which conditions. So I don't think it's that part itself is a bad thing. It so the name tell me mostly nothing. It's all be all like devil hides in implementation of those. So let's see how it would be implemented. AI-driven live stream interaction. We've been leveraging AI tools to boost our live stream interaction, but what innovative features improvements do you think we could implement next to make AI-driven chatbots even more intuitive and engaging for our audience? A chatbot should listen to me and should analyze everything happening in the chat and reply to any questions addressed to the bot or comment something I'm talking on, or like host or maybe multiple guests or whatever talking in the stream. So he should have at least few streams of input. One stream is what's going on the stream itself, another stream direct questions to the chatbot, and third stream is what overall going on in chat. And based on that, it should reply, and of course we will make it humorous and jokingly because it should support us. According to the New York Times, yes, what is the date? Yeah, it's today. Economy workers. AI is poised to transform the economic landscape of America by 2025. How do you envision AI influencing job distribution and economic opportunities across different regions in US, and what step can we take to ensure that technological shift benefits all communities? It's a very hard question. Of course, this current state of things, the poorest people, the less people without good education, the people who work could be easily replaced. They would be, yeah, they will lose more than others because of AI transformation. And AI, of course, will transform the job market significantly. Mm, of course, first thing first, it will replace maybe something which easy to replace. I don't know, like speech writers, content moderators, editors, and so on. What's happening on computer and what it can replace easily. So people who are working in fields, who working on factories, etc. Of course, they also could be replaced, but cost of creating robots, because here we need robots, not only AI, but also some hardware, yeah, robots, maybe more than how many, how much we pay those people for their work. And robots not only needed to be created, but also they should be maintained, and so on and so on. It should be created some fabrics as well, who will create those robots, who maintain them, who replace parts, and so on and so on. So it's a big um, division. It would happen, of course, but probably it wouldn't happen by end of the next year. So if you're office worker and you do some dumb job, maybe you could be replaced. If you like work in the field or on the fabric and doing not very simple or very straightforward things, yeah, your job most probably would be replaced not next year. That's what I can say. About equal opportunities and benefits all communities, it's not possible in our world, of course, because there are rich and poor. There are people who do something for own benefits. It's nothing done to benefit all communities, and AI the same thing as others. So, for example, United States find new places where they can get some oil. Is it all community? Is it all United States benefit from it? Very indirectly. Of course, the company who are oil companies, CEOs, oil companies, management will benefit from it much more than some John in Florida who work in as security guy in Florida Walmart. Just an example. Of course, it wouldn't be comparable. And yeah, today questions are pretty interesting, and I'm even thinking, do we really need to replace it with those engine we looked yesterday? Who knows? So I I haven't prepared for today's stream well, and I have planned to do it very short because I don't have any questions, and I believe I don't have any people waiting for the stream, so I think I could move slowly to saying goodbye to you. It would be unexpectedly short stream where we just look into the questions, answer them, and that it. I still working on my work-life balance, work stream balance, stream life balance, and so on. And today I did a good result, but I need to go to bed early so I can get up tomorrow early and continue the trend I've created today with my wife. So we yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time just today. Tomorrow probably we could try something here and there, and of course look forward into writing a code which will push those questions into the chat and maybe do some communication with chatbot. Of course, we could use also ChatGPT, which was down, by the way, today for maybe 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes, I'm not sure. So it was down for 15 minutes. But nice thing that I've checked the API of ChatGPT and on OpenAI API, and I also tested in Azure. API everywhere works flawlessly. So it's nice that they're not connected. Maybe they're connected, but ChatGPT, it looks like a website or some services on the website were broken, but not models itself and yeah, API itself. Because last time when ChatGPT stopped working, I think, oh no, it means that API will not work and how many businesses will lose a lot of money because of it. But no, API looks like completely different product and it's very good. Okay, and yeah, we need to find out the best news for us and how could we could receive it, because of course if we will use something like we used before, so let's find that thing here, and we are looking for artificial intelligence, and we are looking for so let's look for just title. Is it again the same? When is published date? Published date about a day ago. Okay. Published date looks good. So let's search for title and let's find in current document. We just go here and maybe do it slightly bigger. What is artificial general intelligence? Can AI think like humans? AI is game changer for students with disabilities. Time to move past AI nationalism. Did artificial intelligence shape the election? AI assisted health. Is it really from? Yeah, I look. Oh, we need to change earliest date because today is 25. We need to put something like 23 probably. And let's put 17. Yeah, we need like day minus, like right now minus day. And let's copy, let's insert, let's search, and let's find all in current document. Okay. No AI founder recipients for machine learning awards. AI agents will shape every aspect of education. Apple Intelligence, how disable AI features on iPhone. Okay, China Focus AI rewrites the script for Chinese cinema. 2025 laws hit the topic from AI in movie to rapid fire guns. Bill Gates wants AI to censor vaccine misinformation. Oh, it's dangerous. 2 year Smart Award, Partner Award, Accelerating Global Intelligence. Okay. And if we look, for example, first one, it would be after date. Okay, it would be today. Yeah, it's less than 12 hours. Okay. Okay. So it's still working, but I like news from Google better. So maybe we could combine those two engines tomorrow. At least it my thought, because I don't like ranking of the news in that engine. Even I like that it's provide text of the news summary. So maybe we can use it as crawler. Yeah, to crawl the news information. and return some summary and text, because normally from those sites it's masterpiece to crawl the news, because for each site you need to find your own algorithm to do that. Yeah, because if you can crawl something from CNN, it doesn't mean you can crawl the same tactics from BBC, for example, or from the New Yorker, or from some other website, because all websites are different, news are different, and yeah, maybe some of them have something like RSS field, RSS, but right now it's not modern, it's not up to date, so I believe not all the news doing that. Okay, guys. Oh, okay. I did something wrong. Looks like okay, I did something for the starting video, and I said when it's showing, okay, properties, and I said restart playback when source become active. Okay, now I disable it. Um, transition. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, but nice it's played, because yeah, the more festive atmosphere we have, the better, especially in these magical moments between Christmas, New Year, and for me, another magical moment and period from New Year to Orthodox Christmas. So it's the same 7 days, but in different direction after New Year. Okay, guys. I wish you to touch that light of those holidays, and those holidays are really shining. Christmas, it's religious holiday when Jesus Christ has been born, and Jesus Christ provide us a very good uh, learnings or messages or rules or whatever you call it, but they are very logical and very important even now. They just respect everything in this world and deal to others like you want them deal to you. And the other holiday is New Year, and it's all people gather in all the world with families and celebrating that New Year. Maybe only a few countries not celebrating that New Year, but it's also important. I mean, it's you can feel that vibe of that holiday, because so many people in so many parts of the world celebrating it, and they all wish the very similar things. They all wish to live good, live with families, in happiness, in with health, good health, and in cozy environment, in peace, and so on. So of course, um, gathering all the people and connecting to those wishes, of course, it's good, and let's wish the very similar thing, and let's hope it would happen. And to make it happen, of course, we all need to have wisdom, acceptance, love, and try to minimize our aggression, our agile ability to fight, to war, our stupidness, and so on and so on. Everything which prevents us from negotiation and peaceful living altogether. Okay, guys, I will be streaming as usual every day, but I'm not promising you any great achievements in upcoming few days. So if I have some mood, I'll work on news API and probably include it into the chat. If not, we will talk and see some news from multiple fields, discuss them, and maybe do some code exercise whenever I have time and yeah, time and how it's called. It's not desire, of course, it's something from which you could create a flame. It's very small. It's like blinking. So, and we call it's a moment of like truth. When you have it in your soul, then soul flame can be created, and it could create a lot of things. So yeah, I need to refresh my knowledge about this word. Okay, drop me a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you later. Goodbye.